Now you're going to publish your app to the Google Play and App Store. But before we do that, we need to do a little bit more work. The app we built so far is what we call a hybrid app. So what is a hybrid app? A hybrid app is an app that is built with a combination of web technologies: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So our app is a hybrid app. So the question you should be asking by now is, how are hybrid mobile apps built? Well, once we create our HTML, CSS, and JavaScript files, we're not going to target a mobile browser, but a web view or a UI web view in iOS. So a web view is hosted inside a native container in the device. So the web view does not include any features of a fully developed web browser, like all the controls, the address bar, and so on. All the web view is going to be doing is show a page written in HTML, just like this. Okay? Also, the web view is going to enable us to do things like accessing the hardware capabilities of the mobile device. So to access those capabilities, we're going to use Apache Cordova, which is formerly known as PhoneGap. So Cordova will provide some JavaScript APIs to access the capabilities of the device. So it's going to use plugins which are built with native code. So these plugins, they will help us access the device capabilities like the camera, the contacts, the accelerometer, and so on. So a hybrid app should run just like a native app. But if you're planning to build mobile games where graphics performance is paramount, then the app might feel a little bit sluggish sometimes. This part of the video has been updated to reflect some changes which have occurred since the first video was released. In the first video, we used the Telerik App Builder to build and upload our app to the app stores. Unfortunately, Telerik has decided just recently to discontinue that product, so we won't be able to use it. Now, there are many other alternatives in the market, but most of them are paid. But fortunately, we've got a couple of app builders, PhoneGap and Cocoon, and they both come with a free plan which you can use to build and upload apps to the App Store. You can build one app using PhoneGap, while you can build two concurrent apps using Cocoon. And obviously, you can delete apps if you like and create new ones in both of them. Now, if you want to sign up to PhoneGap, you will need to have an Adobe account, so you can create that for free. Basically, PhoneGap was built by a company which was acquired subsequently by Adobe. And while you're doing the sign up process, you will be able to link your Adobe account to your PhoneGap account. If you want to sign up to Cocoon, it's pretty straightforward. You don't have to have any prerequisites to sign up. All right. Now, the main difference between these two app builders is that the sign-up process for Cocoon, from my perspective, I find it a lot easier because you don't have to do some extra steps which you will need to do in PhoneGap. So, for example, you don't have to create a configuration file for your app. If you build it using Cocoon, that's already included in Cocoon, so you can just use the existing templates. Also, it's going to guide you through the creation of the icon of the app and so on, while you still need to do that manually in PhoneGap. On the other hand, the documentation in PhoneGap is really good, especially when it comes to the sign-in process, which you will need to go through to create a key to prove ownership of the app. And that's very important to upload your app to the app stores. And we're going to come to that in a bit. So for now, I'm going to use Cocoon to create our app. So first of all, we're going to upload it to the Android App Store, and then later on, we're going to upload it to the iOS App Store. So to create your app, you just need to upload your zip file, So we're going to need to zip our projects folder. So if you go to your projects folder and then select all the files, then compress them and name your zip file something like speed reader, then you can just drag and drop the file right there. So now we've got our projects created. So let's click on it. So that's our app. So now we just need to change the title of our app. And we can do that by going to the config.xml file. Basically, if you do this in PhoneGap, you won't have this config file ready, so you will need to create it manually and include it inside your app. So I'm going to change the title of the app, the name of the app, to Speed Reader. And I'm going to change the description to something like efficient reading. Let's also change the ID of our app to so I'm going to go for development island .speed reader. So let's save. So also you will need to add an icon to your app. So I'm going to leave it as default, and you just need to drop an image right there. So I'm going to choose an image here. And also you can choose plugins that you'd like to use inside your app. So for example, you may want to use a Facebook for Android or Facebook for iOS. So at the moment, our app doesn't use any of these plugins. So if you need any of those, you just need to install it using the install button. All right. So here are our settings. So everything else will be left as default. So we're using the WebView engine, and the content URL is our index.html file. All right. So since we are uploading now or building for Android, I'm gonna tick the Android checkbox. All right. So let's save. All right. So now before we build our app and upload it to the App Store, we will need to sign it to prove ownership of the app. So the signing process means that you're going to be building a key which you will attach to your app to prove that you own the app, so that you can upload it to the App Store and then upload further versions if you like. So you can compile the app using that button if you like. That's the Compile Developer app if you want to test the app on your Android device. But to upload it to the App Store, you will need to use that button. But we're not going to do that for now. We need to sign the app first. So here comes the documentation that we need. So we're going to go back to PhoneGap and click on the Docs link. And here you'll find the sign-in documentation for both iOS, Android, and Windows. So we're interested in Android at the moment. So to sign your app, you will need to go through these steps. All right. So first of all, you will need to download and install Java. So let's open that. So all you need to do is click on that button and then follow the installation process. It's pretty straightforward. I've already installed Java on my computer, so I don't need to do this again. All right. So once you do that, you just need to go to the next step, which is to set the Java home directory. So first of all, you will need to install the JDK. So the steps are different depending on whether you are on Unix or Windows. So on a Mac, you will need to follow the Unix instructions, well, you need to follow these for Windows. All right. So for now, I'm going to follow these ones. So I'm going to need to install the JDK software. So again, you just need to click on that link and follow the instructions for the installation process. All right. So once you do that, you will need to set the Java home variable. So before you do that, you will need to know where Java has been installed on your computer. So to do that, you just need to open the command prompt or the terminal. So if you are on Windows, you just click on the Start button and then type command. If you're on a Mac, you just type or press command space. So you will see the spotlight. Search and let's look for terminal. So the command to run here to find where Java has been installed is going to be echo user /libexec/Java home. So you'll find this just before this video. So I'm going to include all the commands that you will need to run in the terminal. So all you need to do is copy paste these commands to save time. So once you do that, this will show you where Java has been installed in your computer. So you will need this for your next command. So you need to run this command now and replace this with the location of your Java. All right, so I'm going to pause and then copy the right command. All right. Then you will need to run this command to set up the Java home path. Here we go. So now you have set the Java home on your system. So on Windows, it's slightly different. You just need to right click on my computer, select properties, then go to the advanced tab, select the environment variables, and then edit the variable right there. All right, so now we're done with this step. And now you need to run this command to create your key. So you can change the key store name. So this is the name of your key that's going to be created. So you can give it any name you like. And also you can change the alias name, and you can choose any alias name you like. All right. So I'm going to pause the video, change these, and then go back to the command or the terminal. So I named my key speed reader key store, and the alias I chose is speed reader alias. All right. So now it's asking for a key store password. So you're going to have a couple of passwords later, a key store password and a certificates password. So I'm going to make sure that we use the same password. So in case it asks us for another password. So I'm going to choose a simple password here and re-enter it. So it's going to ask you for a few pieces of information. So first and last name. Okay, so now it's going to ask you if everything is correct here. So you just say yes. So now it says that it's storing the speed reader key store key. and you can see that it didn't ask us for a certificate's password. So this means that we've got the same password for both the key store and the certificates, and we're going to need those later. So now our key has been created. So to find the key, you just go to your Finder or your Explorer, and you click on the root directory, and you'll find your key right there. Right, because in my case I installed this in the root directory, so I didn't specify another folder, so by default it's going to be installed there because that's where I run my commands. So that's the key, and you need now to add the key to your project. So let's go back to our projects and add our key. So I'm going to select Android and then add a key. So you will need to give it a title. So I'm going to choose the same title I've got there. You can name it anything you like. And then the alias, I'm going to choose the same one that I had there. All right. And then the certificate's password is the same password that we used earlier. And that was the same as the key store password. And now let's choose the file. Here it is. And then click on Add. So now our key has been added, all right, to the project. And now we are ready to compile our project to upload it to the App Store. So just click on that button. Okay, and now it's compiling. Now just a note, if you use PhoneGap instead of Cocoon and you create a key, you will need to unlock it at some point. So to create the key in PhoneGap, you will need to go to Edit Account, Sign in Keys, and then add a key. So you'll need to choose a title, an alias. So for example, let's go for those, and then choose the key, submit the key. Now you'll need to unlock it to add your passwords. And now your key has been unlocked, and now you can use it to compile your projects. All right. So now let's go back to Cocoon. So it's still compiling, so I'm just going to pause for now and wait for it to finish compilation. All right, now it has finished compiling. So if you click on that button, you'll be able to download your APK file, which you will need to upload your app to the Android App Store. So let's name it Speed Reader, for example. So let's save. Right now, if you click on this zip file, so inside it, you'll find your Android release file, and that's the APK file that you will need to submit to the App Store. And that's what we're going to do in the next part of this video.
Once you get to this stage, all you need to do is accept the developer agreements by ticking this box and then continue to payment. There is a $25 fee you need to pay for the developer registration. And then once you've done that, you can follow the steps you can find in the documentation. So you'll need to create a new application in the console and then upload the APK package that you have just downloaded. And then after that, you can fill the product details, set a price, and then you can publish the app. So once you register, you're gonna land in this page. If you want to publish your app, just click on the publish button. Okay, and then give a title to the app. Also, you can choose the default language, and now you are ready to upload the APK. Okay. Now you can click on the upload button and choose the file. We can just drop the file there. Okay. Okay. Now we can fill in other bits of information about our app, like the store listing. Okay, we can add a description for the app. Also, we can add screenshots and so on. Okay, and then if you go to content rating, so if you click on continue, there will be a questionnaire that is used to inform consumers about different things like the age restrictions for the app. Okay, then if you go to pricing and distribution, then you can set the price for the app. Okay, you can go for a free app or a paid app. In that case, you need to set up a merchant account. Okay, so once you finish all the necessary information, then you'll be able to publish your app. So if you click on why can't I publish, it will show you all the missing bits. Okay, so you'll need to finish all these points to be able to publish the app. In the next video, we are going to publish our app to the iOS App Store.